Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY and oh my gosh, I am so excited about these two projects that I have gotten started. I'm going to show you how to make an adorable pillow wrap. I'm also going to show you how to make an adorable table runner for Easter with a theme of carrots. There's two unique things about it, which I'll tell you about. And then in the next week or so, I will go live again and we'll make some candle garters and we'll make some little stuffies for dough bowls. So we might also make a banner. So there's lots that you can do with this idea. And this is where I am with my table runner. This is a table runner from Magnolia, with my pillow wrap. This is from MagnoliaDIY.com. It just goes around the tummy of your pillow. We'll work on this. We're going to work on the other end, but this is the table runner. So, lots of good stuff. As you're hopping on, say hello to me. Let me know I'm not in my craft room all by myself talking to my cell phone. Feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff. And let me show you what is involved. Okay, canvas deck. That seems to be involved in just about every project I ever do. These are some orange buttons that I ordered from Amazon, and I can get you a link for those if you would like. Like I said, the table runner and pillow wraps are from Magnolia, DIY.com. Then I used a big variety of little scraps and bits and pieces of lace to make the leaves that are on carrots with this. It's different. But the pièce de résistance, the thing that really makes this project unique, is that I used some fabric pieces that I had from some fabric sample books. I have a friend who is an interior decorator, and about 3 years ago she sent me a message asking me if I wanted to pop over and look through some fabric sample books that had expired or whatever. The fabrics weren't being offered anymore, and take some home to craft with. And I said, oh my goodness, yes, I absolutely would. So this is just one example. I took the hardcover off of it. Usually they're held together by big staples, and there'll just be a variety of different kinds of fabrics in each book. Okay, I know someone's going to ask me, where do you get those? Well, if you have a friend who's a decorator or who works in a fabric store, ask them. If you know of a place that offers these, tell me. You could look on Etsy, you can do a Google search. But fabric stores and decorators or designers are gonna have these. And like this fabric, for example, is lovely. I don't know when it was available from when to when. Usually they have this on the back of them and you have to, it's a little challenging sometimes to get that off. But anyways, it must not be available anymore. And so why put that in a landfill when somebody like me could craft with it? So we're making carrots using that. What else do I want to tell you? All right, so these are the pieces that I started with. Let me find some space here on my desk. And I was really just looking for cream with different tan and kind of a burnt orange as my theme. I wanted fabric pieces that were all going to be different. So these are all from different sample books. This is, I don't have much left of this piece. I'm going to make some candle garters that are like stacked flowers. So I'm not throwing away any of these little itty bitty pieces. That was one. I have a bigger piece of this. Maybe not. This was another. This was a pretty piece. You can see it still has the paper on the back, but it has like a little bit of gold in there. And they all have sort of a cream background. Here's another piece. I think I had 7 or 8 pieces. Oh, here's another piece. and here's a piece. This one is my favorite. This was my inspiration. I also pulled out this one because I want to show you what they look like before you start crafting with them. But ultimately, I didn't decide to use this piece. So if you don't have a fabric sample book, you can just go to the fabric store and buy itty bitty pieces of 6 or 7 or 8 different fabrics that sort of, some with small print, some with big print, some with flowers, some with geometrics, different combinations to do that. But this is what they look like generally. Some are smaller, and this was pattern LE42250. I opted not to use this piece of fabric, but I just wanted to give you an idea. Okay, so I'm going to hop in just a second. I just want to give you all the basic stuff. Okay, before I got started, I decided to create 3 patterns for 3 different size carrots. And this is, you guys, this is printer paper. I just rough sketched it. I usually fold my paper in half and then cut out my shape. So this is the small. It's 5.5 inches long. This is the medium. It's 6 1/4 inches long, and then I did kind of a wobbly, you know, carrots are not perfectly straight. And then this is the large, 7.5. All right, then let's use this piece because there's so much left of it. And let's do a medium. Then I just put my pattern pieces on these little fabric book samples, and I was being real conservative because they're not huge and I want to be able to get as much as I can out of them. I want to be able to do a banner for the fireplace, a pillow wrap, a table runner for my kitchen, let's see, oh, I have it here, oh yay! Something like this, which is a candle garter. I don't know if I'll use burlap or not. And then, what was the other thing? Oh, bowl fillers. Okay, so I just pinned my pattern onto the pieces of fabric and cut those out. All right, so that's the first step. Let me get my pattern back and throw these out of the way. And this project is not hard. It's just a little time consuming and super glue intensive. Okay, for the pillow wrap, I don't think I have a pillow in here right now, darn. We'll use my polyfill. We'll pretend that this is a pillow. This is just going to go around the tummy of a pillow that I will probably set on my fireplace hearth. And I opted to do 5 carrots on here. And all I did, you guys, was I laid my pieces. I cut a bunch of pieces out. And I just laid them on here and glued them down. Okay, so you can see I've stuffed and done the little lace toppers for a couple of them, but we're going to do the rest of those together. And so they're just, I left the top of all these carrots open. And let's create the little lace leaves for a carrot first. And then we'll finish assembling this. And then we'll move on to the table runner because that's slightly different. You need to put a backing on all your pieces of carrots for that project. Okay, so these are just a variety of different laces that I had on hand. Oh, I'm reading all your sweet comments. Thank you, guys. Some of these I picked up at thrift stores. Some of these were my mom's, and she used them when she sewed my prom dress in 1982. And some of these, like this piece right here, this is a Dollar Tree piece of lace, so it was $1.25. So these are not fancy. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I made my little lace topper things that look like this, basically. Okay, so this is kind of a wider lace. It's also my least favorite, so it's going to be in the back. And you want to do a variety of different laces. And I know someone will ask how long these are, so let me grab my ruler and tell you. These are like 3.5 inches long. Okay, so I have 3 pieces, and I'm going to stack them up and fold them in half and cut a dovetail. In all 3 at one time. And then I'm just using my low temperature hot gluing device. You absolutely need low temperature for this project. I had so much glue on my fingers, it was ridiculous. And this is going to be the back layer, so I'm just going to start with these 3. And I'm just kind of gluing them to themselves. I'll lift this up and show you. So, glue strings galore. That's the back. Then I'm going to do 3 pieces of whatever my next piece of lace is. I want them all to be roughly the same length. And I'm just going to cut a slant on the end of each one of these. We'll glue those on. And you can keep adding layers, as many as you want. Oh, you guys are so sweet to me. Thank you so much. And let's see. Lots of people are on. Oh my gosh, I've missed you. Okay, in case you're watching this sometime in the future, it's January 17th. Something like that, 2023, and I have had COVID for the 3rd time. I'm starting to feel better though. So thank you guys so much for all your prayers and well wishes, and I'm not 100%, but I know I'm starting to get better because I have all these craft projects rolling around in my brain. Okay, so now I'm going to do another layer with these other little bits. These are just messy. There's nothing fancy about how I'm stacking them up. So there's 6 pieces of lace on this now. 3 of my less favorite, 3 of the Dollar Tree lace. And then let's throw in a couple of this. This was a pretty lace that I found in Bend, Oregon at a thrift store when I was out visiting my son. I'm just going to do 2 pieces of this. Okay, so this has 8 pieces of lace on it now. And let's add a piece or 2 of this. And then we'll say good. And this, I think, was prom dress lace. I don't know, I don't remember for sure, but it looks like, or it came out of my mom's sewing stash. My mom was a really good sewer, and she loved to make things, and I learned how to sew as a little girl, and I used to be able to use patterns. I probably could still if I needed to. Okay, so this has 10 pieces of various lace on it, and it's going to be nice and fluffy. All right, so that's basically how you create the little, this is like the carrot greenery, basically. And you are going to have glue all over your fingers, so please don't risk hot glue. Use low temperature hot glue. Okay, so like I said, I glued my 5 pieces of carrots. Depending on how big yours are, you can put more or less on the front of this. And I think that's sufficient. Okay, so this one already has some stuff and fluff in it. I'm just going to push that down. I'm going to put some glue here and stick my little greenery stuff in there and push it down. And then, oh, by the way, I still do have a little bit of COVID brain in case you're watching, well, whether you're watching now or in the future, so forgive me if I kind of jump around a little bit. What I was going to tell you is that this is my favorite polyfill. It's Polyfill Crafter's Choice dry polyfill packing. It's perfect or ideal for doll making. And what I like about this stuff is that it's pretty stiff. Oh, I meant 2024, sorry. I still have a little bit of COVID brain. Okay, and then I'm going to glue the top of this carrot shut. Just poke that down in there. This is a messy crafting project, which is great if you are a messy crafter like me. And then for this pillow wrap, I'm doing a little miscellaneous bow. Every other one, so I need a bow for this one. Let's see, which laces do I have so far? Let's use some of this. Okay, I'm gonna shape it like the, you know, like the breast cancer and autism awareness and all that kind of business. I'm gonna shape it like that and then glue this down. I need a longer piece. And I can use this little bit that I've already cut off for. So this is how I start with these glued bows. Just going to put a little bit of glue in here and squinch that up. And glue it down. Okay, and here is the start of a bow, which it doesn't look perfect, but as soon as I add a button to it, it will be adorable. And these are some orange buttons that I ordered from Amazon last year around Easter. I made some cute carrot projects with it. Let's see, I'm looking for a dark button. I'll show you what I've done here. So this was the orange package. I also ordered, at another time, a package of red. And then this is a package of blue. I made some cute 4th of July stuff with these too. And they're not fancy buttons, they're just plastic. They come with a variety of sizes and so forth. If you want my Amazon link for the buttons, just say buttons, and I'll know what you're what you're wanting. Okay, so we're going to put a little glue behind our carrot fluff just to stick this down. Oops, then you have to throw your glue gun on the floor. And I'm going to have to get my hot gluing device out so that I can melt some of these glue strings that are everywhere. And I'm going to just pop this right here. And I think that's going to be adorable. And I will come back off camera and stuff these other 2 carrots, make some probably a little bit simpler carrot toppers with lace, and finish this. So what do you guys think about this? This, by the way, this was one of the best inventions that Magnolia Design Company ever came up with, if you ask me. I had actually made some of my own that were not great, because I saw this idea somewhere and I suggested it and they created it. It's been a while. It's probably been a product that you can order from magnoliadiy.com. It comes in a package of 2. They're not expensive at all. It's fully hemmed. It has Velcro on it so it can fit a variety of sizes of pillows. So this is called a pillow wrap. And then a little while after they came out with this, they came out with the table runner, which you can also get that. Look how big this is. It's really nice too. And it's such a neutral base to start with. If you absolutely needed to, you could cut and hem one end of it if it was too long. Okay, and what I did with this one was basically the same, but what I want to point out to you is that I put my carrots at the end hanging off, and to do that, to give them some interest and I don't know what the right word is, I put a layer of canvas duck on the back of each one of these. And how you do that is, let's see, okay, here's a piece that I've already cut out. This is that medium size, I think. And I am basically going to glue it down. You could also use, okay, Susie says if you have a long body pillow, you can use the table runner and add Velcro. Great idea. Okay, so I'm gonna just put some glue. Gluing my piece of fabric down to the canvas duck. And I have these all ready to go. Okay, and then I cut them out. And I have everything ready to go for the other end of the table runner, so stay with me. What is canvas duck? I know somebody's going to ask. Canvas duck is kind of a thick canvas that you can purchase at most fabric stores, some craft stores, Hobby Lobby. Sometimes Walmart has it in their craft section if you have a fabric department at your Walmart. So here we go, and then I left the top open and we would just stuff that part. Okay. going to become some little double goodies. Yeah. Okay, so here is my table runner, and I will tack down some of this lace at one end, and I may come back and add some more ribbons, just the center and two ends with buttons. But let's look at the other end. Tell me which one you think is cuter. This is just going to lay at the end of my table. I'm excited about it. There's orange here, but it's still pretty understated and pretty cream. Okay, so here's the other end. And what I want to do right now is show you how I did this part. I have 5 carrots that are glued. They have the canvas stuck, glued to the back of them. And I think I have a large and maybe one medium, and the rest are the small ones. Okay, so we're going to put the lace toppers in all of these, and then I'll show you how we're going to, and stuff them, and then we'll glue them on. I'm just gluing all the carrot toppers to the back. And let's get some polyfill. If you start with smaller pieces, you'll be able to get it pushed down to the bottom of your carrot. If you start with big pieces, that is much harder. So how is everyone doing today? Okay, you can fill these as full or not as you want. That is totally personal preference. And I'm just going to push my stuffing down a little bit and glue this closed. This is going to be the center one. I made all of these this morning so that you wouldn't have to sit and watch me do it. Susie says she's finally feeling better, although she is still wheezing. If you're watching live, there are a lot of nasty things out there right now. I had COVID. Oh, thank you so much to everyone who did stars. That's so kind of you. And that really does help me, you know, purchase the supplies and things that I need to have to craft. So I appreciate that. Okay, so this one's about ready to go. Just want to make sure that I don't have any of my little carrot topper pieces tucked down while I was pushing my fluff in. So these could be pretty cute just in a dough bowl. They could be pretty cute on a banner too. They could be pretty cute on a lot of different things. And I picked 5 different fabrics to make the carrots that are going on each end of this table runner. So let's just quickly stuff this one. I'll get them all stuffed, and then I'll show you how I glued them on, and then I'll show you how I really tacked them down. And over the last 5+ years that I've been crafting here at DiyDreaming, I think pumpkins and carrots and candy corn are some of my favorite kind of stuffies to do. The individual carrots would be cute on a place setting for Easter. Yeah, and you could just glue them on flat, you know, and then glue a couple pieces of lace. So they don't have to be stuffed, because that would be a problem with your dishes. So if you don't have access to fabric sample books, which most people don't, I just got so fortunate that my friend reached out to me to see if I would want any of hers. That apparently, you know, the fabrics are not available forever. They have a limited time that they're available. But if you can't get your hands on a fabric sample book, you can use any fabric you want. Dig around and see what you have on hand. Choose a theme. Like mine was cream with tan and this burnt orange. And then pick 6 or 7. Purchase, if you need to, 6 or 7 small pieces that you can use to make this project. And to make a bunch of other things too, so it all kind of coordinates. Okay, I'm almost there, stay with me. I see lots of people hopping on and off, and thank you so much for the stars. I really appreciate that. Okay, we're getting there. I have 4 of my carrots done. It's nothing complicated about this project. It's just time consuming to make all the little toppers, to glue the backs on them, you know, but it's not hard. And you can use whatever you have on hand, seriously. That needs to go in there a little bit further. It did not go in far enough. Let's pull it out and start again. I did not do every single lace topper the same either. I varied those with different bits and pieces of lace that I had. Oh, and I know somebody's going to ask me this. Audrey, I'm glad to be back. Thank you. Somebody's going to ask me if I'm using fabric glue sticks. No, I am not, and I'll tell you why. You don't need to. Not for this kind of a project. The fabric glue sticks are a little bit more expensive than regular, and my opinion is, why Would you want to use a more expensive glue stick? When you don't need to. These are not going to ever go in the washing machine. The whole project would fall apart if they did. So, because they're not going to get washed, you can just use your regular glue. This is Surebonder, low temperature, mini, mini glue sticks. And you can get these all over. I just purchased more glue sticks this recently from Hobby Lobby. You can get them at Walmart. Okay, so I have my 5 carrots done. And let's pull this around. And I kind of want to look at the other side so I can have them sort of. And now I'm looking at them, I'm thinking, wow, I don't have enough lace on them. Well, maybe I do. I don't think so. Let's just glue a few more bits of lace on the back of each one of these. Let's do some of this. I want the 2 ends to look like they make sense, and you won't be able to see the back side of this. Okay, now that looks fuller. Okay, so I am going to place my carrots, and then I'm going to glue the 2 that are on either side of this big one in the center. I'm going to glue those down first so that I can layer the big one over the top. Just trying to remember how far up did I do it. So glue. What do you guys think? Tell me, should the lace hang out over the end? Well, it could, but you know, when I was fiddling around with it, and I will tack this down, I thought it looked funny. It looked like the carrots were upside down, so I opted to do it this direction. That's a good question, though. And I will come back and get these all tacked down even more securely. So let's put this one here. If you guys are going to try this project, I would really love to see pictures. Let me see if I can flip this around so you can see both ends of it at the same time. And tell me what you think. Of course, it'll look much nicer when it is on my table. And once I have bows and ribbons on everything. So what do you guys think? There's 5 carrots on each end with all kinds of little bits of lace and stuff. Brenda says she really loves this. Oh, I'm so glad. What do I do with all the crafts I make? Well, a lot of them get used in my home. You can, okay, let's see. Brenda's saying she needs a long table. This can go over an entry table, a side table. It doesn't have to be a long kitchen table. What do I do with the crafts that I make? Some of them I give to my daughter-in-law, and she's already made her request for Valentine's Day. Some of them I give to friends. A lot of them I take pictures of, use in my home, and store them in big tubs in the basement, and then I get them out the next year to show you again. So I have two huge tubs of Easter crafts that I'll be getting out soon to show you. I made lots of carrot pillows last year. What's different about this year is that I'm using a variety of fabrics and the orange, which normally I'm a cream kind of girl. So there's the table runners, and here is going to be the pillow wrap. Anyways, I hope that this video inspired you to see if you can find some fabric sample books. Contact your local fabric stores. I mean, they might sell them to you if they're not going to give them away. If you have friends who are designers or decorators, ask them. Look on Facebook Marketplace, check on Etsy, and then choose a variety of fabrics that you love that have something in common. These all have a cream background. They have this kind of orangey color. Some of them have a little bit of yellow. Some of them have a little bit of red. This one has a lot of different colors. But they're all different scale, different sizes, and just fun. So you can expect sometime in the next week or so that we'll make some stuffies for dough bowls. We might make a banner for my fireplace, and we will definitely make something similar to this idea, which I call this a candle garter. Okie dokie. Thank you guys for watching. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. If you want my supply list, just let me know. If you want the button information, let me know that too, and I'll be glad to get you that from Amazon. They were not expensive. Of course, you can use whatever buttons you like, or no buttons. You could use blinged. Really, you just can take this idea and make it your own, I think, easily, in your colors and your style to go in your house, or maybe as a gift for someone else. Okay, have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Oh, and sprinkle if you feel like it.